Hey everybody, this is the Facebook Ads with a Twang podcast, episode number 3. Facebook Ads with a Twang is dedicated to taking the often overcomplicated process of creating simple, successful Facebook ads, breaking them down step by step in less than 10 minutes at a time. Let's get started. Today's episode is going to be really cool because we're going to be talking about Facebook bots. And if you haven't heard about Facebook bots, or maybe you're a little bit familiar, but you're not exactly sure what they mean or what is a bot and all that, I'm going to talk about that in just a minute. But one thing I wanted to tell you is that Facebook bots are really not new. They're just seem to have come into the limelight. And so now a lot of people are talking about them, a lot of people are using them and implementing them in their business, and this is going to be a pretty powerful thing going forward. Just to kind of clear the air on this, though, it doesn't replace email. Facebook bots will just be in conjunction with your other marketing efforts. It's not an email replacement, at least not yet. And I really can't see how it would be, because the mere term Facebook bots would tend to mean that Facebook has control over it, and we don't want that. We want to make sure that we still have control over our list. So this is not going to be any kind of replacement for an email list or anything like that. So let me just kind of tell you real quick what a Facebook bot is. And so it's basically an automatic response in Facebook Messenger. So sometimes, some of the ways that it works is like I've seen posts out there, Facebook posts, where people will say, hey, do you really like this free thing? Just respond yes in the comments and I'll send it to you, or whatever it is. And then when you type in yes, you get an automatic response almost immediately, not always immediately, but almost, with the response. And the response might say, hey, Ben, thanks for inquiring. Here's the link. And so that's a Facebook bot doing that. However, it can be much more in detail, much more in depth to that. And I'm going to give you an example real quick of how Mark Zuckerberg actually talked about it one time. He was talking about 1-800-Flowers having a Facebook bot. And so it went something like this, where he typed in Facebook Messenger to 1-800-Flowers. He said, hey, I want to send flowers to my mom. And so the response was, great, Mark, what kind of flowers and where should I send them? And then he types in, red roses. I don't know what he said, but red roses, and gave him the address. And then they said, okay, got it done. And that's all there was to it. And so that's how powerful they are. Facebook bots can be set for those kind of responses in that kind of fashion. So from a sales standpoint, that's pretty powerful, that now nobody had to actually interact with a person. They could go ahead and get the order placed and done and out. So I want to talk a little bit more on other ways that we can use them just a second. So now the question might be, well, why do you want them? Well, just exactly as I outlined, it gives you another way to interact with your customer and another way for them to interact with you. So now if they're sitting there and they have a question, they can go ahead and shoot that question off and get, a semi-immediate response. And that is a pretty powerful thing. And it also is a more intimate chance to reach your customer. So if you think about an email, so let's just say that 80% of your emails are never opened. Well, it's just the opposite in Facebook Messenger. At least 80% to 90% are actually seen. So they're seeing those messages versus emails that aren't getting seen that much. And so it's just another way to get in front of your customer and show them that you care, and show them that you have something, of amazing value to offer them. And so talking about how you should use them, and obviously the sales standpoint was a good one. You can use it for customer service, and there can be responses based on that. So for example, if somebody said, sent you a question about, I can't, get my widget to work, what can I do? And the response is, okay, can you tell me, is it one of these 3 things, or whatever it is? And then they answer that, and then the bot can go ahead and give them the appropriate answer. And so that's a pretty nice little feature there from a customer service standpoint. You could also do things like surveys and give an immediate response, or just an immediate response after they take the survey. And one of the things I really like is thank you. So if somebody signs up for something, they do something, they take the appropriate action, you can say, hey, thank you for doing that. And I think that's a really good way to connect with the audience, and that's what it's coming to, because I read something the other day that was talking about we've been so focused on growing our email list, we've lost, our ability to contact and really just talk to our customer or our potential customer. And this gives another way to do it. Now remember that Facebook bots are not 100% automated. You may have to do some interaction there. It just depends, and it depends on how you're using it exactly. So I wanted to outline that for you, and I'm going to give you a resource. One of the Facebook Messenger bots that you can use is manychat.com. So manychat.com. Now I'm going to post this in the show notes, but you can sign up for ManyChat. They have, I think they still have a free version maybe, and otherwise it's really inexpensive. But I encourage you to check that out, take a look at it, and see what kind of options and how you can implement that into your business. So I hope that was really helpful today. If you have any questions or anything at all like that, please just reach out to me. You can email me at superman@onefocusmarketing.com, and that's ONE focusmarketing.com, superman@onefocusmarketing.com, and I'll be glad to respond to it. So I look forward to talking to you, and I will see you guys on the flip side.